Hi, and welcome back to the Soul House Yoga Retreat YouTube channel. We're going to continue a little bit more with the hip practice for people that have already open hips or have been doing yoga for a while, and so they feel that they can maybe take it to another level with their hips. So today what we're going to do is look at one of the really popular poses, preparation for pigeon. A lot of people call this pigeon, but it's actually preparation for pigeon. Pigeon is a big back bend, and we are going to not go into that big back bend today. I don't have big back bends anyway, though I do back bends. We are going to work on the hips today some more. So we're going to start out on all fours. And we are going to step forward like we did in the first series for intermediate hip stretches. And then we took it over to lizard. You could do a lizard before we do this next one if you want. But for our purposes today, we're not going to do lizard. We're just going to press a little bit comfortably into the hips. And as I said on our first intermediate hip one, you want to be careful of the knee and just focus on stretching where the legs meet the body. You can take the foot in a little bit and press down into the hip here. Now, a lot of times, like with warrior, you don't have the ankle behind the knee, but here you've got the back knee down, so you've got some support on this knee, so you can focus on opening the hip and not strain this knee. In case you were wondering about that. Okay, and so now in vinyasa, which is the more popular form of yoga these days, we often do this from a three-legged dog or dog split. I personally like to do it from here. And so you're just going to walk the foot over. The reason I like to do it from here is you can sort of go into it in a way that you feel in your body. So now I'm going down, and if I'm feeling my knee, I'm going to take this foot back towards the crease of my hip. If I'm not feeling my knee, I'm going to pull my left hip forward, right hip back, which you want to do anyway. You might need something under your right buttock, like a pillow, a bolster, a blanket, or a book, so that your hips are pretty even. And now we're going to just sit up for a moment and feel how this is stretching, just like cradle the baby, which we did yesterday, that outer hip, hamstring, and buttock. And then you're going to inhale and you're going to very carefully come forward. And again, if that pulls on that forward knee, pull the foot back a little. Now, what a lot of people don't do in this stretch is add the upper body stretch. So you're really going to stretch from your hips to your fingertips. So reach out into your fingertips, relax your head down, and stay here breathing for a bit. What I want to say to people that have tight hips, if you're watching this and you're like, that doesn't work for me, then you would want to start out on your back and have that right foot on the left thigh and flex that foot and bring the leg up either straight or bent. And this is the beginning way to work on that stretch. Or if you're in a group class and someone knows that they have tight hips or knee issues, this might be easier. Some people with real hip issues, this is too much, but we're not here to talk about hip issues right now. Okay, so you are going to then come on up from this posture with an inhale and exhale. So why do I have the chair here today? Because you can also do this in preparation for our final pose. You can do it from here. Now you're only going to see the lower part of my body, but that's good enough for right this moment. So you're going to take that right leg up. And this is just a chair at home. This is not a yoga chair. So hopefully you can find something, maybe a little table in your house or apartment or wherever you live. And now this leg is working really strongly, and I'm still stretching that hip. I'm still working on opening that hip. And I want to breathe all the way down into that hip. Notice that I engage my foot a little bit. If you just let your foot go, it might not be a problem, but if you do flex the foot a little bit, it just gives some support to the knee, right? So that's a good thing. Okay, so you're there for some breaths. We're going to take this away, and then our grand finale in this little clip for intermediate hips is going to be utthitita hasta padangusthasana. And utthitita hasta padangusthasana, you need open hips to get your legs up and out one at a time. And if you don't have that yet, you can go ahead and just bend the knee because you want to keep your upper body straight and strong. So this is the beginning way to work on this, right? I have my hand on my waistline, or I could have it up here. It's something to help me balance. When you go for the full pose, you're going to either hold on to the big toe with what we call yogi toe lock, or peace, first two fingers, thumb, peace symbol. And you're going to bring that out in front, and then you're going to take it out to the side. Now here you can see let me get it. Here you can see that my hips have to be pretty open to stretch that leg up there, right? And you see that I didn't get it right away, and that's okay too, because that's what yoga is. It's a practice. When you're first starting to see where your hips are open and balanced, you can work with a tree. There you have it, utthita, hasta, padangusthasana. That is not an easy posture. That's definitely an intermediate, because you need to be able to sit up tall and have your hips open enough to bring the leg up and out. There's another way you can do that, which I'm doing right now, holding on to the outer edge of the foot. And then what helps you keep your balance is to pull that energy back into the hip sockets and into the shoulder sockets and towards your center. And there we have it. Wearing a t-shirt today that says life in balance. So there was a balancing pose for you today. And thank you very much for joining us as we progress along with our intermediate hip series. I think we're going to do at least one more. Okay, thanks a lot and have a great day. Keep moving, keep stretching, keep strengthening, and be mindful to not strain. Go in and out of your poses carefully, especially these deep hip stretches.